Hey guys, what's up? So, we continue this willpower series, and in this particular lesson, I want to emphasize on something that is really, really close to my heart. I have been a chronic procrastinator all my life until very recently. I want to ponder on the reason why we procrastinate by a scientific basis, not by any like layman terms. Why we like the way we communicate to our friends, not in that way, but some scientific principles underlining why we do not do immediately the task which need to be done, but why we always keep on putting it for the next day. This is presented by me, Roman Seni, and I've read a lot of books on human psychology, trying to apply it in real life, knowing what works, what does not work. You can follow me on this link unacademy.in/user/Roman Seni, and you can watch all the awesome lessons created by me. Do contribute if you're getting benefit out of this, and do comment in the sections below if you want me to continue this series or not. See, first of all, you have to understand that there are two minds inside one brain. This is a grandfather mind, okay? He's all logical, all analytical, all reasoning, all rational, very, very deliberative, dialogue, discourse, takes time, slower. On the other hand, we have a grandson mind also who is very impulsive, very, very immediate gratification. Like if we want right now, it wants right now whatever it wants, and there is a fight between these two all the time. Okay, so as you can see how decision making actually occurs in the human brain. There are one brain in any everyone's head, but there are two minds or two systems, as Daniel Kahneman, he's a Nobel laureate, very revered fellow from Israel. He wrote a book called Thinking Fast and Slow, and he, along with Amos Tversky, has done a lot of psychological researches, and he got Nobel Prize in economics. Okay, so he postulated two systems. The system one, I have named it Tillu. So Tillu is a grandson mind. Okay, now he is very very quick. He wants to do very things fast. Works on gut instincts. Impulsive, emotional. I need right now means I need right now. While the other is Dadaji. Okay, Dadaji is a Hindi word for grandfather. So grandfather mind or Dadaji, that is a system two that works on logic, analysis, reasoning. It's much slower. Okay, so now let's see. There is basically concept of one brain and two minds. Now Tillu wants to check his WhatsApp messages. He wants to upload pics on Facebook. He wants to do it on Instagram. He wants to eat chocolate, fries, junk food. He wants to play video game. He wants to go to sleep. He wants to drink coke. He wants to be happy. He wants to be always happy, satisfied, and content. He want to give into immediate gratification without worrying that he'll suffer from diabetes, obesity, he'll not be able to get good grades in the exam, he'll not be able to get good job, and he does not worry about the long term consequences. Absolutely clear. On the other hand, Dadaji wants us to work hard. He wants us to avoid cigarette, alcohol, so that we don't die of cancer and liver failure. We don't eat junk food, so we are not obese and lethargic. He wants us to do more exercise, and he wants us to be faithful to our partner, so we have a proper functioning family and we don't have STDs. He wants us to make more logical decisions which are in line with our long term consequences. Okay, so if a politician, like, he does not want us to get into scandal or corruption and stuff like that. If you want to be a politician, your reputation is made in 30 years, you can spoil it in 3 minutes. Dadaji knows that, Tillu does not know it. Okay, so till now the concept of Tillu and Dadaji is clear. But now there is just a little problem that Tillu is the one who is in charge. Now you will say, who put the Tillu in charge? Tillu is driving the wheel. Tillu is the captain of the ship. Okay. Tillu is a baby. Dadaji is a parent. So Dadaji is just old, he is too tired, he gets exhausted very, very quickly. And Tillu has infinite reserve of energy. He will never get tired. He will always be the one taking the calls, taking the shots. Okay, so forget about everything. Though people think that they are Dadaji, their personality is Dadaji, everybody wants to be Dadaji, everybody wants to be that conscious fellow who takes appropriate decisions. But you and I both know, when we hit that chaat shop, we eat all the samosas and kachoris and golgappas. When we go to Flipkart, we buy for 5,000, 10,000 in a shopping spree. And when we sit with friends, we drink a lot of alcohol. Okay, so we tend to think that we are Dadaji, but we know that Tillu is the one who really drives us most of the time. So, what is the definition of procrastination? Now, I'll go to scientific things. It is basically an avoidance strategy. Basically, we want to move from an activity which is giving us pain, which is causing us really pain. We just want to avoid it at all cost, or it is less pleasurable activity. For example, watching a very dull movie or documentary, to one which will provide us more pleasure, instant gratification, watching a World Cup, IPL, okay, like baseball or NBA or whatever. It arises, procrastination situation arises when we are anxious, when we are completely overwhelmed, the task is too much for us to be doing it in a certain period of time, or are we are getting completely bored out of it. Okay, so just want to get out of it. We are waiting for the perfect opportunity. We were perfectionist, that this is the not the way, sir, I will only do it perfect, or I'll not do it, I'll wait for 70 years also. Or we are waiting for a deadline, that exam is approaching, it's still 3 hours away, why are you studying now? I have heard this remark from my friend, let's play a game of counter strike for 10 minutes and then we will study for next 2 hours. Now, rather than studying, we try to eat ice cream, we play video game, we watch TV series, because Stillo is in charge, right? So basically, we are giving up to short-term temptations for immediate gratification. We are sacrificing our long-term gains via delayed gratification. Okay, it's as simple as that. This is procrastination in layman's term. Now people admit that 2 to 4 hours, that is almost 25% of their waking life, is wasted in procrastination. Mere mortals like me, we sleep for more than 8 hours, so 16 hours we are awake and 4 hours we are procrastinating. So majority of the people admit that they procrastinate, no doubt about it. 60 to 75% people admit they procrastinate, rather 95% people procrastinate. I don't know about other 5%, they are just lying. And majority of the people want to avoid it also. Okay, it's not like that they don't know the problem exists, they know that problem exists and they want to avoid it also. Just like in America, 66% of the people are either overweight or obese. They know that it is a problem, they want to avoid it, but there is absolutely no way to do it. Now, no one feels good about themselves after procrastination, that is also a fact. They feel hatred, they feel self-loathing, they feel they are incompetent, inadequate, they feel hatred, so they don't like themselves after procrastinating. And in order to procrastinate, we indulge in unnecessary activities which are counterproductive, which is exactly opposite of what we are trying to achieve, which are completely needless and can be avoided, and which are delaying in the actual thing. Okay, so this is the true reality. Now, how people justify procrastination? Either they completely avoid doing it, as I've already spoken, or they live in denial. They say, I'm not procrastinating, dude. This is the thing which I'm supposed to do in the first place. They completely live in denial. Either they're playing it down, oh, it's such a trivial thing, it's such a small thing, why do you want me to do it now? Anyone can do this. Then they compare with someone worse off. So what if I get a D grade in the exam, or so what if I get just 60%? See, there are so many people who does not even pass 10th class or 12th class or high school. So they compare with someone worse off. Now they have delusional blaming, they blame their parents, they blame situation, they blame environment, or they are just plain old lazy like me, they just don't want to work at all. Now, moving forward, if procrastination makes me happy, why do I change it, Roman? See, the thing is, there was a study where performance under deadline was there. So there, let's say you have to submit work on X date, or you can submit on X plus 7 days, or you can submit on X plus 12 days. So actually, very few people turned on X before X. Most of them turned like up like just close to the second deadline. For example, they did not even think that the earlier two deadlines existed for them. And those who submitted it late, they performed bad academically, obviously because they are procrastinators, but surprisingly they were healthy, they had less complaints. Good students, like those who were completing before the deadlines, they had less glucose left for their immune system, they had less willpower, less sleep, they worked consciously even before the deadlines, so they fell more sick. But procrastinators were chilling out, playing cricket, they had a pretty chillax life. But like all good things, it also ended that they paid with their interest. They, at the end of the course, when they had to do so much work, they fell more ill, and they had lost all the previous advantages. They had more sleepless nights, more physical symptoms, and more health problems. So it's better that we do not procrastinate. That is the reason why I want to share this study. So please, like, get up from this pose. I have seen many of you in this pose. Please get up from this, and in the next lesson I'll tell you how to avoid procrastination. Thank you for watching this lesson. Have an awesome day. Hello friends, what's up? So, in this particular lesson, we will be talking about how to minimize procrastination to the largest extent possible. I'll not write avoiding procrastination because that is stupid and that is just not possible. This is presented by me, Roman Saini. You can follow me on this link, unacademy.in/user/Roman Saini. Okay, and if you want to contribute, if you feel this course is helping you in any way possible, do leave a voluntary fee which will help us in bringing all these amazing courses from all these different educators. And in the comment section below, you can let me know how you like this series, and if you want me to continue this or if you want me to start something else, any suggestion will be welcome. Thank you. So, can you see this crocodile lying here? So, just don't get frightened out from this. Just remember this image, and now see this. So, the first rule for avoiding procrastination or for minimizing procrastination is work or nothing. Either you will work that particular thing which you have decided, whether you will study, whether you will go to exercise, whether you will go to gym. Work means whatever you have decided to do in that particular time, or you will do nothing. This is my personal favorite rule to prevent procrastination. It works like a charm for me. Okay, so it is personally proven thing and hundreds of people have applied it, and it is a proven method. So if you aren't doing what you're supposed to do and your brain is not supporting you at all, just say this to your brain. Okay, so the sentence goes like this: okay, we won't work. Okay, I agree, we won't work, but we won't do anything else either. We will sit just in our bed. As you can see, this guy is sitting just on his bed and he's not doing anything. We will not watch any movies, we will not eat anything, we will not sleep, we will not do exercise, we will not surf internet, we will not do easier work, we will not do WhatsApp, we will not do Skype, we will not do FaceTime, we will do nothing. We will do nothing. It will be work or nothing. Work can be exercise, it can be reading, it can be writing, it can be doing yoga, it can be anything. Okay, in next 10 to 15 minutes you will get bored to death. Your brain does not like to do any nothing. Okay, and your brain will force you to give up against your solid willpower. So if you show some willpower there, you will completely avoid procrastination. This is the only rule which works 100% of the time. So second rule is perfection is stagnation. Okay, just remember this statement, please never forget this. So don't be a perfectionist. I have seen many people waiting for the perfect time. They wait for the perfect employees working under them. They work tirelessly till they know a concept better in physics, chemistry, maths, or whatever, or till they have perfected their project. They'll not submit it to their manager. So this will never happen. Okay, this perfection thing will never happen. You should always settle for near perfect, 90% close, or 95% close, or 80% close to the perfect. Most of the time speed of the execution is more important than perfection. Okay, it is about the speed of the execution. Okay, it's not about always that you, let's say there is tsunami there and you just want any boat to carry, you'll not ask them to bring the Titanic, right? So the speed of the execution is most of the time more important than achieving the perfection. Now, even after finishing your project, if you feel like that perfection is needed, which is a very rare case scenario, but assuming it is needed, you can always go back. Who is stopping you? You go back and improve your original work. Nobody will say anything to you, right? So just remember this, don't be a perfectionist. Always settle for near perfect, not exact perfect. So just see this. Many people I have seen their mobile phones are not charged, their laptop are not charged, and they go out and they always look here and there for their laptops. Their power bank is not with them. So just remember this. If any task less than 2 minutes, it will just take you 30 seconds to put your laptop and mobile phone on charging in the night and to your power bank in the charging at the night. So any task which takes 2 minutes, you should not avoid it. Just remember this 2 minute rule. It will again change your life. Anything which take less than 2 minutes, do not delay it, please. It's a humble request. Do not delay, just do it right away. It can be making a phone call. Okay, it can be taking out your garbage. Like many people, the garbage keeps lying there, they keep waiting for 3 4 5 days until the smell is unbearable, and only then they take it out. They don't make this call to their doctor, to their guys who's repairing their mobile phone, to the anything. Like they don't make these simple things. Ordering a book on online platforms like Amazon or Flipkart, they will not do it till it is very late. Or filling a simple form, for example, it can be about anything. For example, opening a bank account or anything like that, it will just take 2 minutes to start, but people don't do it. So if anything take less than 2 minutes, do not put it on a to-do list. Do not delay it for later purposes. Okay, there is no to-do list for anything which takes less than 2 minutes. Just remember this 2 minute rule, it will work like wonders. Now remember this checklist. It is very important that you organize yourself and you create what is called as a to-do list. First of all, how it is done, break down things into smallest possible item. Smallest possible item. Okay, just remember, don't write vague things, write very, very specific things. Okay. So the second is list everything from big to small tasks. Some tasks can be, let's say, getting surgery, or some tasks can be cutting nails. So obviously getting surgery is more important than cutting nails, but you list everything down. Okay. Now write the approximate time it would take to finish each task and add 10% of the time, because our brain always underestimate the time taken. Have you ever heard that a particular bridge was completed on time, or particular hospital was made in time or in budget? No, always add 10%. Now finish the smallest task first. Again, if it takes less than 2 minutes, finish it right then and there. Just give next 20-30 minutes to finish all those tasks which are smallest, and then move on to do the bigger ones. And if time is less than the task, which is always the case, prioritize. Always prioritize. Okay, so always do the things which are more important. There are some exceptions that if you are not getting challenged enough, your brain is getting bored, try to finish the toughest job first. Okay, as it might boost your morale. It happens sometimes that we are getting too bored and stuff, so then in that case, do the toughest job first. Now can you see this bark of a tree? It is showing so much details. I can see everything, and by using these I can estimate the age of this tree. So using these just detailed image I can do many things. So always remember, the devil lies in the detail. Make your task as detailed as possible. Don't ever say things to yourself or to others. Always write it down. Write it down on email, write it down on any software, write it down on a page of a paper, on blackboard, on whiteboard, on green board, whatever you want to do. But don't just say it, because you'll always forget. Brain has this tendency to forget. Do not say that I will lose weight. This is a very, very vague statement. There is no objectification of this. There is no way you can measure it. Always write I will lose 3 kgs by 31st March of 2016. Now this is very, very measurable goal. Again, the weight might vary. For example, if you are wearing jeans and shoes, your weight might be 2-3 kgs more. So how will you calculate the weight then? So what I personally do is I will include the minimum possible weight in the entry. So an entire day I might drink water, I might do exercise, my weight fluctuates wildly. So it can be plus minus 2 kgs in a day. So I always take the minimum possible entry with minimum possible clothes. So that is again an objectification. So do this, always write detailed thing. Don't say I will exercise, right? I will run 5 kilometers in 30 minutes. So on treadmill you can easily see how many kilometers have you run. Again, rather than saying I will study today, write that you will read 5 to 6 pages per hour and you won't sleep before 60 pages are covered. Now this is a detailed objective which you can easily monitor, and if you don't finish this, you can shame yourself, and then you will finish it the next time. Even if you are unable to do the task today, write a detailed plan as to how you are going to achieve it. So whenever you are supposed to open the task, you have this plan ready, and then your brain will not give excuses. Now break it down into such steps that the first step takes less than 2 minutes. Okay, again this is very, very critical, because the first step should be such that your brain does not have a mental block. Fragment your task into achievable micro capsules. Okay, just remember this, the task should be so small that your brain does not come up with stupid excuses. Make it look simple so that your brain thinks it is possible to accomplish the goal. Please remember this, it should be achievable micro capsules. This is a term. Okay, just remember this, the first step should always take less than 2 minutes. Break it down into as much detail as possible. Now finally, for this lesson I'll obviously make more parts. Just remember this alarm clock, 6:20. If you are supposed to wake up, please wake up by 6:20, because start with waking up on time. If you don't wake up on time, the things get delayed. Otherwise your entire day will go waste in procrastination and cutting corners. You will cut time on exercising, you will cut time on eating, you will cut time on going to washroom, you will cut time in doing things you love. If you have woken up late, cut out the less important task in certain cases. Just don't do those things today. Focus on the remaining task. And if you constantly wake up late, so then plan your day accordingly. If you think that you'll wake up by 6:20 but you always wake up at 8:20, then plan your day from 8:20, then reschedule your plan accordingly. So this was this for today. Just let me know if you want me to make more lessons on how to avoid procrastination. Thank you for watching this lesson. Have an awesome day. Hey guys, what's up? So in this lesson, we continue our principles of how to minimize procrastination. Do watch the previous 9 lessons before you come here. This is presented by me, Roman Saini. You can follow me on this link, unacademy.in/user/Roman Saini. And if you feel like this course is helping you in any way, you can leave a voluntary contribution which will help us in bringing all these awesome courses. And in the comment section, you will let us know that which next lesson you want me to make, or which next course you want me to take. Do let me know. Okay, so let's start. So as you can see, these are steps, these are just baby steps. Okay, so always remember, the first thing, the most important thing to avoid procrastination is just start with the smallest possible step. Okay, don't plan too much, it is not a good idea. Break down your goals, start with the smallest possible step ASAP, as soon as possible. For example, running will take you 1 hour, but wearing your shoes and getting out of your house can be done in 2 minutes. So do that, don't think about running. If you can just do the first step right 70% of the time, it's a scientific data, you will end up finishing the entire task. Okay, it might happen that even after going out of your house you might not run that well, but 70% of the time you will finish it. And always focus on what can be done right now and not later. Okay, so first principle for today is just start with the smallest possible step as soon as possible, don't plan too much. Second, as you can see, monkey. This is a monkey brain, as I've already told you, the Tillu brain or the grandson brain. He will always like to eat banana and stuff and like that. So always satisfy your biological needs first. Go to the washroom, eat, sleep, drink water, whatever you want to. Turn on the AC or heater, or like maintain adequate temperature. Only when you are comfortable and only when Tillu is satisfied, the grandson brain or the monkey brain, you can think of doing anything else. When your emotions are satisfied, only then your logical brain takes over. And once your grandson brain is not bothering you, you can focus on the task at hand. Okay, so second, for to avoid procrastination, second principle for today is satisfy your biological needs first. Now as you can see, this is a Yorkshire terrier who is taking a break from his duties. So always remember that he can't constantly vigil for 24 hours a day. So always remember to take a break and satisfy the urge. Okay, taking a break is a very good thing. Take frequent breaks. For example, every hour take 5 minute break. If some urge is constantly bothering you, just satisfy that. How will you satisfy that? By taking a 10-minute break and putting an alarm. Okay, don't do it an indefinite thing. Otherwise, when you will nap for 8 hours. Just read your favorite blog article or book for 10 minutes. Watch any sports, IPL, movie, TV series, whatever. Or eat that particular chocolate, the smaller one, not the bigger one. Just take a 10-minute break, and now that the temptation is addressed, you can go back to doing your work. Okay, it's as simple as that. So, just third principle is take a break and satisfy the urge. Now as you can see, whenever we come to any such place, we see, oh my god, such beautiful thing. So the like it will be so good tomorrow, tomorrow will be so good, tomorrow we will be doing this, tomorrow we will have 48 hours, tomorrow is everything. Today we are not in a good position, today I am feeling sleepy, today I am feeling hungry, today I don't want to go to gym, today I don't want to do work, but tomorrow will be great. So some picture like this pops up for tomorrow, but this is absolute crap, because this is called as a 48-hour day fallacy. People think that in future the days will magically have 48 hours. That's what they think. I also am a victim of this fallacy, no doubt about it, but I try to do it less. You will try to give yourself a lot of reason as to why this can't be done, but only today. Tomorrow it can be done, but not today. Okay, 99.999% of the time you're just fooling yourself. Tomorrow you'll not have infinite willpower, you'll not have infinite time, you will not be able to accomplish this task, but yet people think that. So do not fall in this mental trap that the conditions will always like be better, because the conditions are always the same, be it today, tomorrow. Rather, it is only worse. So do not fall in this trap of 48-hour day fallacy. You have to do it today. There is no other day better than today to accomplish this task. Tomorrow you will be more unproductive if you don't work today. Okay. So as you can see, this is a briefcase. So always I am reminded of whenever we go to our grandparents when we were kids in 90s. My mother and father, they used to start packing 3 days before. They were always worried that this item or that item might be left behind. So I have remembered this briefcase. Always remember that positive procrastination is good. So Roman, what is this positive procrastination? There are certain tasks which is bothering you right now, so you can just say to your brain that I will not touch it 1 month from just 1 month before, or 1 week before, or 1 day before, or 1 hour before, because some things are best done at a later time. You should not worry about your marriage when you are 20-year old. You should just leave it to a later point of time. You should not worry about your graduation when you are studying in school. You should leave it for a later day of time. For example, not packing 30 minutes before a flight or train is a very good idea. If you know you just need two pair of clothes, you just need your laptop, you just need your mobile phone charger and your toothbrush and shaving kit, you should not pack 30 minutes before the flight or train. Otherwise, Parkinson's law says that as many hours you have, the work will expand to come like take care of all these hours. So if the work is for half an hour, but if you have 2 hours, the work will automatically expand so that it fills those 2 hours. So one thing is not packing 30 minutes before flight, or second thing is not worrying about the clothes you are going to wear in an interview, maybe except 2 to 3 days before, or not filling your exam form except just 1 week before the deadline. So you don't need to exactly work on deadline, but give yourself sufficient time. These are something. However, do not generalize this to health. So people say, okay, Roman, you said so right now I'm obese, so why am I worrying about 25 years down the line if I have heart attack or if I die of cancer? Or why should I plan for my retirement now when Roman is saying that don't do that? Please don't take it the other way. Do not generalize this to other things. Okay, positive procrastination is good because some things you have to apply your own brain. Which are these things? Okay, so as you can see, this is a perfect study table. It has a book, okay, it has some water, it has a light source, and it has a watch. So this is a perfect study table, absolutely clutter free, no electronic device, okay, like connected to internet I meant. Okay, so as you can see, this is person will not be distracted at all. But just imagine a completely cluttered thing where you have laptop, you have tablet, you have phone, you have internet, you have this, that, Kindle, hard disk, whatnot, your pizza is lying there, chocolate is lying here, so you will be completely distracted, right? So this is the trick. Manipulate your micro environment. Micro environment means your study table, your room. It does not mean your society, your street, your neighborhood. Remove every distractions. Shut down your computer, switch off your phone, put it in some other room, a top shelf where you'll not be able to reach it. Put earplugs on, shut off your noises, close your eyes for some time, remove food items, menus, invitation to marriages, everything, anything which can get you which can get your random train thoughts on. So there is a train of thoughts in our brain. If you just see a rose, you'll remember Jawaharlal Nehru, you'll remember some things which you have done in his lifetime, you'll remember 5 year plans, you'll remember Indo-China war, then you'll remember Chinese items, then you'll remember Xiaomi, or you order some from Xiaomi from Flipkart. So that is how a random train of thoughts works. So don't give it a chance to get on. Just remove every distraction possible from our immediate environment. You can use certain apps like rescue time software if you have a problem with surfing the internet in a productive way. So it will show you exactly how much time are you wasting on other things like watching movies or social media, etc. If the environment is not motivating enough, just it will lead to mental blockade. Okay, just buy a 10-20 rupees poster of a hero or person you admire the most, or order it from Amazon, your favorite quote or a warning quote, and stick it in your room, read it every day. It will help you a lot. Do you know why hospitals are covered with green and soothing colors? Like, not the most of the hospital, but if you go to private sector, you'll see this, because green signifies nature, growth, recovery, etc. So this is how they manipulate the micro environment. Patients feel good about themselves. And if you like the workplace or study place, obviously you would love to stay for longer hours. And yes, your work will be done faster. There is no doubt about it. Okay, so you have to manipulate your micro environment in that way. And finally, this is what is called as deadline. So just keep this hourglass. It's very very successful. Just like it will be 50 100 rupees hourglass if you can keep it. So don't wait for the deadline. First thing is, force your creativity out of you before deadline comes. I have seen many engineering and medical students, they are so creative one day before the exam. They'll leave food, they'll leave sleep, and they'll fall ill and they'll suffer consequences later on. Their knowledge will not stick with them. Many writers, any writer will work tirelessly and force their creativity out of them. For example, in 6 to 10 they have to write in the morning. Don't think you'll finish the entire project in the last week, or you'll be able to read the entire syllabus the night before the exam. It is just crap. Nobody works better when faced with enormous challenges just one day before the deadline. It is impossible. Okay, so always set multiple deadlines. If you just have one deadline for a large goal like clearing an exam after 1 year or winning a World Cup after 4 years, you will fail miserably, because your grandson brain will say that you have tons of time. It will force yourself to enjoy for immediate gratification. It will you will push the other important things, and it will become too late. So you should have multiple deadlines: hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. And if you do a task in an hour, okay, if you don't do it, it creates a sense of urgency and you tend to work faster and efficiently. So these are the principles. I'll continue these principles. Thank you for watching this lesson. Have an awesome day. Hello friends, what's up? So, in this lesson, we will be talking about the principles to minimize procrastination. This is the part 3 in this series, and overall, the part 11 in the series of increasing willpower. Do watch all the previous lessons before proceeding further. And you can follow me on this link, unacademy.in/user/romans, and you can watch all the lessons made by me here. And if you feel like this course is helping you at all, do contribute by clicking on the button contribute to Roman. It will help us in bringing all these awesome lessons to you. And in the comment section below, do let me know which next lesson you want me to take. Now whenever you want to prioritize your things which you want to do and which you don't want to do, just follow this matrix. Okay, so for example, if the thing is urgent and it is important, just do it. Okay, there is no absolute alternative to it, just do it. For example, let's say you have been got an injury because of a nail and you do not have a tetanus shot, so this is becomes important to get a tetanus shot, and it is urgent also because you might develop tetanus and you might die, so you have to do it. Okay, certain things are important but not urgent. For example, let's say if you are sitting in an exam and you are obese, so losing weight is important but it is not urgent, right? You have to plan for your exam right now, so you have to plan for the obesity. How will you tackle it over next 6 months or 1 year? Okay, so plan for the task which is important but not urgent. For example, obesity tackling. Then there are certain things which are urgent but not important. Okay, like sending some telegram or whatsapping someone. It might sound urgent but it is not important. Just ask someone else to do it, delegate. There are certain things which are not urgent, not important, yet they take our time. They are part of our list, so just delete that from your to-do list and just completely remove it. Okay, so this matrix is very important. Slight modification: if the thing is very high value to you and it requires minimal work. For example, it can be anything like just buying a flower for your mother. So it is minimal work and it is very high value to you personally, so you just do it. Okay, there are certain things which requires hard work and it has high value to you. You have to plan for it, or you might do it, you might not do it, depends on your mood. Then there are certain things which require minimal work and low value. You might do it, or you can delegate or ask someone else to do it. But there are certain things which are hard working and are of low value. Please do not do them, you'll never do it. Okay, so these are the two metrics which I want you to follow. This helps in avoiding procrastination. Now this is a multitasking mother. She is doing so many chores at one time. So avoid multitasking. This is again a key to procrastination. As a rule, multitaskers think they do a lot, but in reality they are very inefficient. I have been also giving this silly excuse to myself that I am multitasking, but at the end of the day I am just wasting time. So you have to concentrate at one task at a time, make a daily agenda and divide time for each task. Okay, this is very important that you divide time for each task. Otherwise what happens is you try to do multiple things at time, your entire days go waste and you have just accomplished half of them. It is easier said than done, but if you do it, it tends to be easier. Okay, it's very important. Just read this line, I made it up. It's easier said than done, but if you do it again and again, it tends to become easier. So let's move forward. Shame on you. Okay, so this is again an important thing: social shaming or social implications on procrastination. So what I want you to do is have social implications on your goal. Tell your friends, tell your relatives that you will lose this much weight in next 1 week or next 1 month. Ask for their support. Tell them not to give in the time of your weakness. When, let's say, if you want to like try out that new party club and you don't want to study for an exam, ask your mother to lock your room outside from outside. There is a website called stick.com where you can make a contract where you can give money to the any person or organization of your choice, the best friend or the worst enemy, if you don't achieve the goal, and it will automatically go to that person. So if you don't achieve your goal, first is social embarrassment, then on the website people will know that you have not achieved your goal. Secondly, your money will be lost to the worst possible enemy or worst possible charity which you want. So this is a very good website if you want to try out. Then obviously get a partner in crime, get a buddy. You can choose a person for your gym or for your studies, for learning guitar or anything at all. Both of you can cross check each other's progress. This tends to develop a healthy competition between two of you, but make sure that the level of competence is not too different. For example, he should not be a gym freak, six pack abs, and you are like obese of 150 kgs, or he should not be a master in guitar and you don't know how many strings guitar has. Okay, or you can also get advice from someone who has already been there, done that, who has done what you're trying to accomplish. So it also helps in achieving a goal. Then talk to yourself, auto suggest yourself. Your brain has a person inside it, you can talk to him. Okay, so this also helps. It's called art of auto suggestion or self talk. Speak to yourself if said enough times. What happens is our subconscious internalize it. say that, like sentences like you'll do it now, I'll not procrastinate, and magically it happens sometimes that you don't. But it may help sometimes, it does not help all the times obviously, but no harm in trying it. Then again, try to use emotions as much as you can in the statements you make and social implications and the goals you write and objectives you write. Always try, whenever you're doing auto suggestion also, like write or writing down your goals, include emotions. Use words like I'll be happy if I do it, I'll be sad if I don't do it, my mother will be so proud if I had cracked this exam, I'll love this and that. Whenever you're setting goals, use emotionally charged statements. Okay, whenever you don't want to wake up, you play the most motivational song in your alarm, or if you don't want to go to gym, just play it and listen to it, and you will find a boost in your energy. Emotions does help if used in the right way. Now this is lighting up cigarette. So whenever my friends, I ask them that will you light up cigarette now, if they have just smoked one or two cigarettes, they'll say no. But if I bet them that they will not do after 3 hours, obviously they'll bet their money, but at the end of 1 hour or 2 hour, they tend to light it up. So this is called as hot cold empathy gap. So when you have just eaten a Domino's pizza, people say from tomorrow onwards I'll diet. But after 4 hours when they are empty, then they just munch it on something else. They go to Pizza Hut. Okay, so when your urges are satisfied, willpower is recharged. Okay, this is called a cold period. But when you are having the urge to smoke or eat and your willpower is depleted, it is called as hot period. So people tend to over rely on their willpower that they will be able to resist next time. So this lack of prediction of one's behavior in the moment of depleted willpower is called as hot cold empathy gap. Okay, it is very important to understand it. So people usually are very overconfident about their willpower. As I was saying, smokers gambled that they won't touch cigarette for next 3 hours if they just had one cigarette. But most of them end up paying. They lost the bet. So always take this into account before planning. Always take this hot cold empathy gap into account. Now write down the most important goal on a piece of paper or note. Okay, so penning them down also helps, because writing the most important tasks which are going to accomplish either on a e-note like Evernote or like things like that, or on a piece of paper, because just force yourself to do it once. Because once you write it now, it works both with the short term goals as well as long term goals. So you can write I want to become a pilot, and short term goals like I'll study these books which will help me becoming a pilot in the long run. Nothing gives more satisfaction than achieving your goals and tearing that paper into shreds. I have tried it a lot of times and it helps a lot. Just tearing that paper down at the end of the day helps a lot. Then this is the last suggestion from me today, that shift your task whenever you're getting bored. So let's assume you're doing some really hard task and it feels and you feel like taking a break. So you just need to shift your focus on the less important one. Okay, don't take sleeping, napping, all that for a longer time. 10-15 minutes, okay. So it can be putting clothes in washing machine, taking a bath, anything which can be done in 10 minutes. And if it is not too taxing on your brain, don't start solving some puzzle or which you don't know, because it will be further taxing on your brain. Don't read some heavy novel which is filled with vocabulary which you don't know. Okay, so when you do this, your mind also become relaxed and you are not wasting your time also. So you are doing both the task at the same time. But again, use this sparingly, only when your brain is very dead with the task at hand. Okay, so if you apply all these principles which I have told you in avoiding or minimizing procrastination, you can live your dreams whatever they may be. Okay, so do let me know if these principles work in your life or not. Do you think that I have not taught some principles or I have taught some wrong principles? Whatever feedback is, do let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching this lesson. Have an awesome day.